my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am taking part in Leanna Dalton's Beauty and the Soul challenge. This is a challenge that she's put together on Instagram, but of course because I have a YouTube channel I really want to bring her challenges onto my channel. And of course I will link Leanna's channel and her Instagram in my description box. Leanna and I have been friends, good friends, for the past couple of years, and she just means the world to me. She really does. She is a very special and precious individual in my life. She's very motivating. She's very inspirational. She really makes me want to be a better person. She just does. And these challenges are so awesome. She will select different premises for the challenges, and then you can apply whatever you want to the challenge. It doesn't have to be makeup focused, but because I have a makeup channel, I usually obviously will pull makeup into her challenges. And the main themes of her challenges are just awesome. They're super thought-provoking. They're very deep. They really resonate in my soul. So I don't know, I always want to do my best to take part in these challenges. I think I've missed one just because life was too hectic, but I don't ever want that to happen again. I want to always be here for Leanna and for her challenges. So the premise for this month's Beauty and the Soul challenge is colors equaling emotions. That a lot of times when you feel a certain way, you might gravitate towards a certain color, you may think of a color, or you might see a color and then it will elicit a particular emotion inside of you. And, I kind of kicked around some ideas. I thought, well, I love love, so I could talk about love and, use like a pink palette and a red palette, or, pink and red shades, and put a look together with those. Or I could talk about like excitement and maybe do like a purple look and maybe throw in some other fun colors with that. But then I really thought about the color that I love the most and that truly makes me joyful and happy, and that is the color green. So I thought, yes, I could pull out a green palette and create a green look. I've done that lots of times here on my channel, but I thought, let's mix it up a little bit. So what I thought I would do is, or what I am gonna do, what I have done, is I've grabbed 5 green palettes out of my collection. And then what I'm going to do is randomly choose one shade out of each palette and then put an eye look together with the shades. I thought that would be really fun. Now there's a couple rules here, or guidelines for me here. I don't really want to choose the same hue of green. You know what I mean? Like I want them to be different hues of green, because that would not be very fun, I don't think. Choosing, like if I choose like a Kelly green out of each palette, let's not do that. I want it to be a little bit more fun, a little bit more challenging. And if I choose all shimmers, oh well. If I choose all mattes, oh well. So that's not really going to play a part here. It's just the hue. I want them to be different. So let me show you what palettes I've chosen, and then I'm going to randomly select the shade out of each palette. So the first one is the Huda Beauty Emerald Obsessions palette. Now this I got in a BoxyCharm. I've used it 3 times, I think, but I think it's gorgeous. And I love the varying hues of green in here. So let me pull out my random generator app here. There it is. And there's 9 shades. So let's see what this baby's going to give me here. And then I thought, well, I could choose this, just choose a number and then grab that corresponding shade out of each palette. But let's have a little bit more fun here. Okay, so 1 to 9. Let me generate. 6. Okay, so that is this shade right here, this medium green matte, I would say. Okay, right on. That'll be good. Then I grabbed the Boston Celtics palette from Colourpop, and they just won the NBA championship. My coworker was keeping me abreast of all the things that were going on in that series, the games, and I think it was a blowout, right? They won all 5 games back to back. Yes, they did. Okay, so this is 9 also, so I don't have to change anything. Generate. This is 1. Ooh, that one right there. That's beautiful. And that is 17 rings. Okay, and I don't know what that other shade didn't have a name. So that will be included in the look. And that's kind of like it looks white, but it's got this really pretty lime green reflect to it. Then I also grabbed the Dirty Martini palette from Glamlite. Okay, now this does have some other shades in here. besides green. So if I were to select one that's not truly green, I'm going to keep going because I really want this to be green. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. Okay. Hold on. Let me go in here and change this. 15. Done. Generate. Number 8. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, that shade. That's called Vodka-tini. Ooh, that's going to be pretty. Okay, that's like a gold green. All right. Then I selected the Wealthy Chic palette from Coloured Raine. This, I think, has become my favorite green palette in my collection. And even though there's only 6 shades, it's freaking gorgeous. Okay, so let's go and change this to 6. 6, done, generate. 2, ooh, that one right there. Okay, that'll be cool. Man, I'm lucky. Really lucky because this will work really well with blending out that darker green matte from the Emerald Obsessions palette. Hold on, I don't know what the name of this is. Cash Me Outside. Okay, and I have used that shade before out of the palette and it's awesome. Okay, now the last palette is the BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Pistachio palette, of course. And this is, between this and the Wealthy Chic, it's tough because this is really cool too. And this has 8 shades. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Generate. 5. This one right here. Okay, so yeah, cool. So I've got the 3 matte. Is that too close to this one? Let me see. Is that? No, it's not. No, this is lighter. Okay, fine. So, okay, good. So that'll work, and that's called Soft Serve. Okay, cool. So that is the look. Those are the shades I'm going to be putting together for this look. And what I'm going to do right now is go prime my eyelid, and I'll come back. Okay, so my eyelid is primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. And I think what I'll do is start off by going into the Huda Beauty palette, Emerald Obsessions, and start off by putting this in my crease. Right? Transition crease. Okay. Let's do this, baby. And I'm using a Rougher 01 brush to do that. All right. Whoops. Let me tip my mirror so I can see my face. Okay. And this palette, I was really blown away by because, well, I had the Smoky Obsessions palette. I used to have that, but I decluttered it because I don't know, was never using it. And liked it. Yeah. But when I tried this palette for the first time, I was like, ooh, this is really nice. And I really would like to get more palettes from Huda Beauty because Beautiful Color Stories, the Mercury Retrograde, I always struggle saying that, is so gorgeous. Oh, that is such a beautiful palette. I would love to know, anyone that's watching, if you have that palette and what you think of it. Is that still available? It's not, probably, right? I don't know. I feel like that's been out for quite some time. And I don't really ever go to the Huda Beauty website. Maybe I could find that like on Mercari or Poshmark or something. I don't know. Would anybody even sell that? Like, I feel like if they had it, they probably wouldn't sell it. I don't know. But there are sometimes, though, I will have gone on to Mercari or Poshmark and I've seen people selling palettes and I'm thinking, why are you selling that? Don't you love it? You know? But again, we all have, or not again, we all have different preferences, and I think sometimes you think you love something and then you just don't love it anymore and you're thinking, well, I guess I can just sell it, right? So now let's go into the Wealthy Chic palette, and I'm going to go around the edge of this with that shade right here called Cash Me Outside. And I don't really know why the color green is so special to me. It just is. I've always loved the color green, and I used to think it was because I'm from Oregon and we love the Oregon Ducks. Oops, I have a fuzz on my brow. We love the Oregon Ducks, and you know, the Oregon Ducks colors are green and yellow. So maybe, I don't know, I was so overexposed to the Ducks from the time I was born that green just became this primary color in my life. But it just makes me happy. It really does. It's such a beautiful color. It can be warm or cool. There's so much green out in nature. And it's just a color that really just makes me happy. Like I said, it makes me happy. I love it. It's just such a cool color, you know? And I really enjoy wearing like green clothing and obviously using green eyeshadows. That's super awesome. I love it. And for the longest time though, when I first started my channel, I wasn't really doing a whole lot of green looks that I can really recall. But I've done a good handful of them here on this channel. Yes, I have, and I'll continue to do them because I just love them so much. I really like how that looks. Bitsy's in here now. I had to run out and get her because she was crying out in the hallway. I hate it when she does that, poor baby. So now I think what I'll do is go into this shade here called Soft Serve and just put a teeny tiny little bit of that. I don't know if I'm gonna go, I think maybe just like right out here. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, let's try this just right here, I think. I don't really want to put it around the entire Cash Me Outside shade, just a little bit right there. Yeah, just, you know, just kind of fluff it right there. And I would love to know if like any of you feel that way about the color green. Like, does green just get you right in your color gizzard? I just love green. I don't know. I have so many like Oregon Duck hoodies, so many, and the majority of them are green. I do have a gray one too, but I don't know. It's just such a great color. And you know what I like about this look so far too is I like the kind of the Kelly green and then like more of the like, oops, I just poked myself in the eyelid. More of the like the earthier greens. I like that. That's cool. I'm trying to look at like the construction of my brow to my lid and be more mindful of that when I'm putting my looks together, which I mean, most people probably are, but I don't really look, I don't know. I'm just trying to kind of like be more mindful of the actual shape of my eyelid in terms of where my brow hits. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably not. But I'm just trying to be more mindful of that, you know, just, yeah, that looks cool. And then I do, though, want to go back in with this, where is it? Man, I've got Palette Palooza on my desk right now. I'm going to go back into this shade here from the Huda Beauty palette here. And actually, I think I'm going to put, I don't know what I was thinking. Whoops, wrong brush. I need to put a little bit of this in my outer V, too. Yeah, because, or I guess I could take, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this all over my lid, actually. Let's just go for it. I'm going to put this all over my lid and then top it with those shimmers. Yes. Okay. Because I already had quite a bit of it on my mobile lid anyway. So let's just go for it, man. Why not? Got to improvise, adapt and improvise. I remember one of my old bosses used to always say that. Adapt and improvise, like, you know, in the dental field. It's like, okay, we're not working for the CIA, buddy. But, you know, it was kind of a cool thing to say. I really like this. I think it looks really cool. I think it's blending together very nicely. And how fun to like see that like you can do that with different shades from different palettes and they all jive. Yes. Okay. So now then, I think what I'll do is go into the Dirty Martini palette and I'm going to put this shade here across the majority of the lid, I think, and then just put a little peak of that shade from the Boston Celtics palette towards the front. I thought that would look cool. And, you know, living in Oregon, of course, there are so many trees everywhere. I mean, you can go to like, I don't know, different foresty areas of Oregon, and it's just like this sea of green. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. And, you know, I live close to, oh, it's not really a mountainous range. Well, yeah, I guess so. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty. And like when the spring hits, summer, spring, summer, it's, you look outside and like when I'm driving to work and I'm just like, oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, it really does. It like takes your breath away because it's just so beautiful. And that's one thing I really love about Oregon. And I don't really like this brush for this. Yeah, I don't like this brush. It's just too stiff or something. I don't know. Let me try. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to use this one here, actually. This is, I think, my Lunar Beauty brush that came in my Life's a Drag palette. This is a nice brush because it's a little fluffier, and I think it's going to work better. I don't know that I could leave Oregon because of the green and just all the different places that you can go here. And it's just so like beautiful. I don't know. I mean, I know there's other states that have trees and stuff. Like Oregon's not alone in the tree market. Of course not. But I don't know. I love having that around me. You know, like I don't live in the middle of a forest, but I can get to one real quick, you know, and that's what I love. Okay, so I'm going to go actually in with my finger. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's the shade, but I'm not getting the payoff that I want. So I think I'll just use my finger. That usually fixes the problem. And I like this too because it's tying it like the, you know, the oliviness of this is tying in real well with that shade. Or the, yeah. Jeez. Okay, let's keep going here. I mean, I don't know, maybe the shade is weird. I don't think so, though. I've used that shade before and I didn't think it was weird. But right now it's acting kind of funky. And it could just be going over the top of the matte is not jiving with it. You know what I mean? Sometimes mattes and shimmers don't always play nicely together. But just gonna see if I can get this to, I mean, it's working okay. Yeah, it's fine. It is pretty. It's just, I don't know, it took me a hot minute to get it to like be what I wanted it to be. All that it can be, right? And I will also say that green, of course, it makes me joyous and happy, but it also calms me. Like it's a very peaceful, like settling color for me as well. I mean, I guess it depends on the hue of it. No, I would say, yeah, it's just a really peaceful, calming color. So now I'm going to go into 17 rings and put that towards the front. And I think what I'll do is use this brush. I'm going to clean it off just a skosh here. I think this will work fine for that shade. It just wasn't cutting it for the goldy shade. Okay, goldy green shade. All right. And I mean, how fun to have all these different colors, different hues of green, right? Okay, so let me spray this. And let's put it right here. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's really pretty. I love this shade. I think it's the matte, you guys. I think the matte shade is not weird. It blended fine, it applied fine, but for whatever reason, these shimmers aren't loving this matte. Maybe they are okay. Maybe it's just all in my head, but I felt like it was getting a little weird, or it was starting off weird when I was first laying these shimmers down across that matte, but now I feel like, yeah, it's fine. That looks so freaking cool. The only thing I wish though is I had, I don't know, maybe left the matte towards the outer part of the lid to like deepen it up, but you know, it's fun to do something different. I'm gonna take my finger and just smush these together right here. But you know, yeah, it's fun to experiment and see what you can do. It really is. I like it. Okay, I think I'm done. I really like how this turned out. Really fun to put these shades together out of these palettes and revel in my love for green. So fun. So I'm gonna go off camera, do my other eye, the rest of my face. I'll be back. So this, of course, is my finished look, and I love how this look turned out. It was so fun to pull out these 5 green palettes, randomly choose a shade out of each, and put an eye look together with it. Now, this would have been a lot more difficult if these had been like super colorful palettes or multicolored palettes. Then that might have been a little bit of a poop show. But using just green palettes was really fun, and I love how the look turned out. So let me show you just a few things I threw on my face for my finished look, and then I'll talk about the palettes again and wrap the video up. On my lips, I used a liquid lipstick from Saints Angel Sinners in collaboration with Funny Butter. This is in the shade Velvet Touch. I hadn't used this yet. Isn't that the cutest component? I love it. Well, it's glaring, but it's so cute. So cute. And Darcy sent several of these to me in PR, and I just haven't tried any yet. And I tried this one today, and I think it looks really nice with the eye look. And then for my upper lid liner, I used the Revolution Beauty Renaissance Flick Felt Tip Liner in black. I love it. And I'm still using my Gifted mascara from Tarte. Love it. So now let's talk about the palettes. I'm not going to show them all to you again. I'm just going to hold them all up here. But it was so fun to get the shades that I randomly chose. You know, I think the combo of these 5 shades worked really well together. I wasn't sure what to expect, and I was a little nervous that like I was going to keep pulling the same hue of green out of each palette and have to randomly choose another shade, but that didn't happen at all. You know, I was a little concerned about the Wealthy Chic shade and then the shade out of the Pistachio palette, but they worked really well. And I really love how it turned out. And I don't know, I might make a regular thing out of this, or, you know, maybe not regular, but more often, where I'm just grabbing palettes, choosing random shades out of each and putting an eye look together. Like I said, if I was using more colorful palettes, not monotone or monochromatic, monotone, I guess that's the same thing, right? No, monotone is sound, monochromatic is color. Okay. Oh boy, we're having a little science lesson here today, aren't we? Obviously, using the monochromatic palettes made it a lot easier. And I really just love how everything jived together. At first, the matte that I put across the lid seemed like the shimmers weren't really jiving well with it. But, you know, as I kept going, it worked just fine. I did pop this shade also, the 17 ring shade in my inner corners. And then for my lower lash lines, I did use the shade out of, this shade out of the Huda Beauty palette. And then I blended it out with this shade out of the Wealthy Chic. And I think it turned out really nice. So let me know if you have any of these palettes, what you think of them. Let me know what the color green means to you, and also, let me know what a joyful color is to you, because green really is my joyful color. And it was so much fun to take part in another one of Leanna's challenges. I want to continue to do that. Of course, like I said, I will link her channel and her Instagram in my description box if you have not gone yet to discover the magic, beauty, wisdom, and amazingness of Leanna Dalton. Go do it. Treat yourself to Leanna today. You will love her. You will be very inspired and motivated by her. And I know I say this quite often when I do her challenges, but I really feel so lucky and so blessed to call Leanna my friend. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I'd love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.